We was mentioning, Max, earlier that just a victory for Marquez would just to be the winner round. I think it's going to be a great victory if he can make it through these next couple of rounds.
I agree.
Because I think Floyd's going to step it up, and I think physically, spiritually, and mentally, Marquez is like finished now.
Yeah, this is an amazing performance so far by Floyd Mayweather. Harold, how do you have it through 9?
I'll tell you, 9 rounds to nothing, 90 to 80, Floyd Mayweather. You know, Jim, you talk about ring generalship. Everybody asks me, what's ring generalship? You know, Floyd Mayweather's keeping his fight in the middle of the ring. That's ring generalship. It's where he wants to keep the fight. You notice, very, very rarely does he go up on the ropes, because he knows if he goes up on the ropes, he gives Marquez a chance. In the meantime, he's murdering him with the left jab. The only thing I haven't seen Floyd throw is a good left hook to the body, because Marquez is open for it. Other than that, it's all Mayweather, 9 to nothing.
This fight looks like Floyd is going to try to draw it to its conclusion.
He's going to try to get him out of here this round.
You know, we don't have CompuBox statistics from the careers of great fighters of the past to use as a comparative standard. We can only use the numbers that CompuBox has amassed for us in the past 20 years. Floyd Mayweather is landing 57% of his punches in the fight against a super top opponent. Now, I have no idea whether Sugar Ray Robinson or Ray Leonard ever landed 60% of their punches against a super top opponent. Maybe they did. But this is the kind of performance that establishes how brilliant Mayweather truly is and how technically profound his skills are. Albeit against a smaller man.
Those who said heading into this fight that it was a mismatch because of Mayweather's size and speed were right. And in addition to the size and speed, you're seeing a mismatch of skill. And against Juan Manuel Marquez, that's saying something.
In addition to everything that Mayweather is doing offensively, as we delineated for you, he's also not getting hit. Marquez is landing, by CompuBox count, 12% of his punches in the fight. He's being swamped. I mean, I think a lot of people were enthusiastic about Mayweather's chances to look great in the fight. But this great, I think it's shocking.
Fight's going exactly as I figured.
You knew?
Yeah, I always figured the fight would. He's big, fast, and too much skill on top of that. And you can't do that with a guy that, that's why they have those weights, like I say. If it was the same weight, maybe it'd be different. But no, not with a Marquez at this stage of his career. And he's physically just not that big.
Certainly appears that Floyd may be capable of knocking Marquez out when he wants to, if he'll take a risk. And at this point, what risk is it?
Don't bring your hands down. Are you very tired? No. Don't bring your head up. Are you good? Okay.
Te faltan dos rounds.
Two left. There's two left.
Once we see that Marquez cannot seem to hold off anything that Mayweather's doing pretty much. Mayweather's hitting him at will. The reason he hasn't stopped is because he hasn't opened up all the way yet.
CompuBox numbers in round 10. Mayweather landing 34 out of 58. Again, 60%. Marquez 4 out of 50. 8%. The 34 punches landed by Mayweather, his high number for the fight. He's doing whatever he wants to do against a Hall of Fame opponent.
Yeah, guys like Roy Jones and Oscar De La Hoya had fights in their careers against marketable, smaller men where they completely dominated them. Roy Jones against Vinny Pazienza, Oscar De La Hoya against Arturo Gatti, and Pazienza and Gatti were good fighters. But Marquez is a top pound-for-pound fighter.
And against him, Floyd Mayweather now has landed more punches than he's landed in any other fight, and he's totally swamped all the previous statistics about people landing punches against Marquez. He's making a mockery out of what some expected to be a true summit meeting.
Yeah, the impression Floyd's leaving here is even if you took away the size advantage, he would be way too much for Marquez.
And certainly those people who've been so enthusiastic about Pacquiao's chances against Mayweather may now have to re-examine that theory.
And that's one of the reasons Floyd chose Marquez clearly as his comeback opponent. At the beginning of the fight, Jim, I asked, can Floyd convince us that he's still the best fighter in the world? Some would say, well, no, not against Marquez. He's too small, and he was cherry-picked by Floyd because he was too small. But this is the kind of performance that will convince many that Floyd is still the best fighter in the world.
And despite all the publicity about his various distractions, about his glitzy, bling-filled lifestyle, about the amazingly unusual family life you see on 24/7, despite all of those things, independent sources confirm he is as hard and as diligent a worker in the gym as there is or has been in the sport.
Yeah, and even when he was off, that was the one thing that people don't realize. When he was off, he was still going to the gym training. It's not like some guys quit, they're golfing, they're drinking, they're doing a lot of things. Their minds are not even in boxing. He's always been training in the gym continually.
Floyd goes to nightclubs, but he doesn't drink. He stays up late, but often it's to train. There are no flies on his approach to the sport as a competitor.
And he clearly here is pressing for the knockout. Something he's been criticized in the past for not getting when he's outclassed certain opponents.
So, with the goal of winning a moral victory by taking a round now seeming to elude him, Marquez goes for the other moral victory. Finish the fight.
That's what I thought at the beginning. I never thought he could win too many other rounds. Even if they may give him one, it'd be a comparative round because he did better than he did in another one.
Hey, you beat his ass. You beat his ass, but trying one more time.
Throw your combinations. Your combinations and bring your hands back high. And finish with dignity. You're here. Come on. You understand? Yes. It's the last round.
That shit, you don't know that's coming. One time.
Last round,
Last round.
Last round.
Last round. You walk to him and keep doing what you're doing, so don't lack up on his ass. Finish the round strong. Okay? All right. Keep boxing. Keep boxing. Tricky that tricky shit. Let's go.
So if the 34 landed punches in the 10th round aren't enough to impress the crowd, Mayweather landed 41 out of 65 in round 11 in what is an increasingly embarrassing wipeout for Marquez.
Right? It's a fight that may go the distance if Marquez lasts this round, Jim, in which the winning fighter is landing a higher percentage of shots than we can ever remember, and the losing fighter is landing a lower percentage of shots than we can ever remember.
Indeed. What a poignant instruction from Nacho Beristain between rounds. Finish with dignity. That's all that's
And that's
left for
all
Marquez.
that he can do. It's all he can do.
Left hook lands perfectly for Mayweather. Trying for the knockout, Emmanuel, or is he just still fighting his fight?
He's trying for a knockout, but there's still that little conservatism in Floyd, and little that's still just there. But he's going for the knockout the best he can. But he's not just not the type of guy that's going to go wide open. It's just not him.
I think he pressed it a little bit in the last round. Thought, all right, it's not so easy to get this guy out of there. And this round is not pressing for the knockout in quite the same way.
Well, it may frustrate some fans and observers that He doesn't seem to take any even remotely unwarranted risks, but then again, when you're this good, why should you?
Jim, you mentioned earlier that it's one huge competitive advantage that Mayweather enjoys, that he will not take more risks than necessary.
To please anyone. He's only really interested in pleasing himself.
And in terms of the marketplace, he compensates for the paucity of knockouts compared to some other fighters he's compared with, like Sugar Shane Mosley and Manny Pacquiao, with his mouth, which where he's able to talk up a fight.
Seconds as Juan Manuel Marquez tries to last the distance in a gruelingly difficult assignment against Floyd Mayweather, who has beaten him up.
What a performance by Floyd Mayweather.
What a return to the sport. 21 months off, and he's better than ever. Arguably the greatest performance of Mayweather's great career. Unquestionably, he will move to 40 wins, no losses. And the next time people publish their pound-for-pound lists, they must take into account what this man has done.
He looked good tonight. I thought Diego Corrales was his best performance. But considering everything, it was a good performance tonight still. He came back, did everything he said he was going to do, dominated a top class. In fact, the guy's about rated number 2, I guess, pound for pound. So he did a great job of what he was supposed to do.
He is indeed rated number 2 pound for pound on a consensus basis. Let's take a look at what Mayweather was able to do against Marquez throughout the course of the fight. Round 1 dominated by Floyd Mayweather. In round 2, a perfect left hand past Marquez's right hand guard and on to the trunk. Marquez went. Now he's down 3 points in the fight. Mayweather dominated rounds 4 and 5. And here in the 6th round, a Mayweather counter right. Then he slips a Marquez counterpunch, making it look easy. By the 9th round, Marquez was showing signs of being beaten up, and Mayweather was landing at will. Great left and right hand combination there. Down the stretch, it appeared that the knockout may well be within reach, but typically Floyd Mayweather took no unwarranted risk, simply kept fighting the way he knows how to fight, and settled for the exceedingly easy 12-round conquest of Juan Manuel Marquez. Marquez will now, in all likelihood, return to the lightweight division, and Mayweather continues along his path. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the formality, it would seem, of the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand, we go to the scorecards. William Lurch scores at 118-109. Bert Clements, 120-107. Dave Moretti, 119-108. All to the winner by unanimous decision. He's back. He is Floyd Money